Okay, we are about to arrive on set for the first time.
Yeah, I got the doctor.
Okay, perfect.
Casper's here, over there talking to Jacob, so maybe you can get a couple of shots?
This is dope. Make sure to get good shots of all this stuff.
It's $1 million look for absolutely nothing. And here's the cherry. They say it's haunted.
But what better place to film a ghost movie than in a haunted hotel, right?
Let me know if you need anything.
And action.
I'll be back. I promise.
And cut. We got it. Yeah, we're good.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Van Dien. I'll take that.
Yeah, this place is really creepy.
Ghosts are real.
Oh, and congratulations on your wedding. I saw that on Jennifer's Facebook a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, you saw it on Jennifer's Facebook. That's awesome. Oh, she's coming down the stairs right now like a goddess. So, yes, I'm very lucky that she said yes to me. So you were on my wife's Facebook the other day. Mike. She says, hello, Mike.
Hi, Jennifer.
Yeah, I thank you. Yeah, I don't know how I tricked her into doing it, but she said yes to me, so somehow I lucked out.
And she also has a cameo in Darkness Reigns too, doesn't she?
Yeah, she and I, it's our first time having a scene together. We did a couple films together, but we never had any scenes together. This was our first time having a scene together.
Is that a difficult thing to do, to work alongside a loved one?
You know, she makes it really easy. I have had some times before where it wasn't as easy, but I think in general, when you know somebody, sometimes it can help in the craft. And I was able to do that in other films and stuff, but with other people. But she's just the easiest person to get along with, and everybody just seems to love her. And so, and I think she's talented and super sexy too. So that really works out well for me.
How did you get involved with this production?
Phaedra Harris, the casting director, is somebody that just, you know, she thought that I'd have a good relationship with this guy. He had written it for like two different actors, me and another actor that he was interested in getting, and he was just wanted to meet with us, and we went and met with him, and I brought my girlfriend with me. Then he goes, I got a role for her too, and then he's like, okay. And so he goes, why don't she play your love interest in it? And I go, that would be fun. I had a scene together in movies. We did two films together, and we never worked together. And so when we got that opportunity, it was a blast.
When I talked to Andrew yesterday, he said that there was something in the script that actually did happen to you, and that was that your flight was messed up getting in.
It was. I said I said you shouldn't have written that in the script. Look at this. We almost didn't make it.
How difficult is it to play yourself in a film that's in a film? That sounds like a very taxing thing to do.
Well, you know, I was playing a really more of an obnoxious version of myself. At least I think it's more obnoxious. My ex-wives probably think it's more realistic. But this is a character that I think he's a little bit difficult, and I think that was fun. That was fun to actually explore that dark side of me in a movie called Darkness Reigns. So I think that, you know, just playing a darker character or like more of a you know, just like a schmuck. I wouldn't hang out with the guy I played in this movie, so which was me. I was playing me, which is interesting. I wouldn't hang out with myself, but I wasn't a nice version of myself, so I guess that makes sense.
Is it a little bit of a stress relief to be able to just express like those darker sides of your id without having to worry about offending anyone, because you have to play that kind of person?
I think that is easier when you're not having to worry about offending people. But first of all, I would never want to be this kind of person, because I I have run across people like this. And so sometimes when you're working with an actor that is like that, sometimes that's just the way they are. They're just having a bad day or an off day. But it still comes across like, my God, how annoying. Just get over yourself. That's what I always think. And here I am playing that guy. And so maybe I maybe now I'll have a little bit more compassion for the people who already act this way. I seriously doubt it, but maybe I will.
When you're approached with a situation like the main character is in the film, where you're offered that chance to have everything that you want at a certain price, is there anything that you would be willing to sacrifice to make that kind of a deal?
Wow, to make a deal with the devil?
Yeah.
I feel like is there anything that I would do that I would be willing to do to make a deal with? I think I like my soul too much. I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to sell it. I think whenever you see those movies where the people actually do sell it, it doesn't turn out so good. So just from that aspect of it, just going off of films that I love, and seeing when people have actually what has happened. Maybe it looks good at first, but then something seems to go awry. I feel like when you can be more conscious of who you are as a person, the way you treat people, the way you interact, and more honest with it, I think that then you have less things that you have to make amends for in your life. And I still, for some of the dumb things I did when I was younger, I still have, to suffer through the consequences of it, even though I think I've changed a lot and grown up a lot as a man. But I think when we're willing to sacrifice our ideals and our character, then it kind of undermines our ability to fully experience life at its fullest. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think we all have to go through it. I think we have to, I think when people, the guys that go, I've never made a mistake, I'm like, you shut up, whatever. I mean, I like people that have had, that have done dark things and that have gotten through it and gone, you know what, I've been a jerk before and now I don't want to do that. I want to be a better person. And I think I think I strive to be a better man, a better father, a better friend, a better son. I want to be. I don't want to be the same guy that was cocky when I was younger, necessarily. And I don't know how cocky it was.
So you could have been the hero that the movie really needed to kind of to combat that darkness.
I think I would have tried at least, but I don't know. The darkness in this film was really extreme. I think it was something that came out of that really just it is like pure evil. But I think you have to be careful what you're willing to choose. And I don't know this character in here. I think he might have made a mistake. I think a lot of made mistakes in this one. So, but I think we also relate to that as human beings. We like to see things that where people will make mistakes that we all can relate to in a way. Maybe not to the extreme that they did in this film, but when people make mistakes and then we learn from them. Some of the people in this, I don't know if they really learn from them, but we'll see.
Without giving too much away, there's really only one person that kind of can make that decision at the end. There's a lot of other people.
I don't know if he made the right decision.
Yeah. It depends how you look at it. I mean, we both work in the industry, and we probably both know some people that would willingly jump on a deal like that.
Yeah, but you willingly jump on that, and then what are the consequences to your inner sanity, the inner sanctum that's inside yourself, your true self? What's going to happen then? I mean, without giving too much away, selling your soul, does it really benefit you? Maybe for a minute, but then I think there's a lot of things to go with it. I think you're losing. I don't know. It'll be a choice for people to see what they would go and whether they would do it or not.
Yeah, it's a heavy subject that's not really too often, surprisingly, not covered in horror movies. You may get it here and there, but to actually go into and seeing the depths of sorrow that come with making that deal, the other people that have to suffer for it, isn't really all that often seen, which I was impressed because I wasn't expecting that out of the movie at all. It just came out of nowhere, and I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting this.
Well, which I think is a credit to the director, Andrew B. Jones, and his lovely wife, Lenora Washington. I really loved working with them, and he's gotten some really positive reviews on this, and I think it's well deserved.
Oh yeah.
So, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
When you're working with directors, what traits in a director tend to get the best performance out of you?
Well, I think that varies for every actor and every director. It's different. But Andrew's he comes from he's done special effects, makeup, and he's done a lot of editing. So he has a lot of background in a lot of other areas in the business. So he's well covered in a lot of filmmaking. He's directed before. So he's just he has experience and I mean he's married to an actress and so he understands, I think, from another level, which is always interesting. And he's a creative man. I like that. I like when people are creative and they have a solid idea and they're willing to work with you on that. So I think, but it depends on who the director is and who the actor is too, because some people don't mix. It's like oil and water. Some really get it. So for me, he was a good director. So.
Well, along with Andrew's talent for directing, you also had a lot of help from the set itself, which was pretty unique. Was there something in particular about the location that really stood out to you that you really liked?
Oh, you're talking about the Truman Hotel.
Yeah.
The Truman Hotel was really beautiful online when I looked at it. And then when I went to this one, it was condemned and now vacated, and a lot of stuff was taken out of it. And when you're walking around, you can see that it has there's an eeriness to it now that wasn't pictured online. So I think that was good for the film. And it freaked out a lot of the crew. A lot of them were feeling things, and I think that happens on a lot of horror movies for people. The casting director, Phaedra Harris, actually got a text message from somebody saying, I'm in the pool, from a number she didn't know. And the pool there was empty, except for some really dirty water in the deep end. And it, so she freaked out. She's like, So I got her number from the director, and I started sending her texts like I was in the pool too. And she's like, Casper, stop this. But I'm like not the person to, like when you're really scared of something on a set, I'm not the person to tell, because I will take full advantage of it. And I'm like the worst. So that part of my character is true. But it just isn't fun.
Was there a particular
it was
scene?
Fun for me.
was there a particular scene in the movie that you enjoyed filming the most?
Any chance I get to kiss that woman that I'm married to now, that's always fun. So yeah, there's that part of it. I had a lot of fun with it, even being behind the scenes, just watching a lot of this and watching the other actors. I love actors, so I love being around it, even newer actors and just really impassioned ones and ones that have to be brought down or brought up or whatever they have to do. I just love seeing the whole process. It's intoxicating. It reminds me of why I got in it in the first place. And so there were some young actors there that were learning, and it was fun for me to see that too, and for them to really get into it and playing and stuff like that. I like that. So, but then watching, the director work with his wife and the different people there, and them all wanting to do a good job for this man, friends of his, people he's worked with before, and it's just awesome. I like that.
A question that came up when I was screening the film with my wife was, how does Casper stay in such good shape?
I have a painting in the attic. It's my doing great, but in good shape. I work out a lot. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I eat pretty healthy, and I love doing different physical activities. And now that I have a young wife, I have to work out even extra hard because I got to keep her.